my people. Hope everybody's having themselves a beautiful day. Today we are going to try our first crack at a little bit of cut testing. We're going to do this Kunwu Pulsar Elmax. It's unknown Rockwell, but it does have great geometry and the grind is good and all that good stuff. What I'm trying to do is simulate a week's worth of use roughly. So nothing about this testing is going to be scientific in any way. Obviously, in any kind of testing, there's going to be variables that you can or cannot control. I'm not going to be able to control these variables. It's just a general test, and it should be treated as such, obviously. And any implied results should be taken with a huge grain of salt. So I've set up a few things here. I got some zip ties attached to this piece of poplar. I'm going to cut through all those. I have some paracord attached to the poplar, and I have a larger zip tie band. We'll cut through that. Some scrap leather and some boxes that we will cut through to try to simulate basically a week's worth of use. And after that, we will cut through a piece of phone book paper to see if it held up halfway decent. So it is the factory edge. It is pretty good. So there you go. I apologize if my angles are not very good. This is the first time using this tripod. I usually do tabletop review kind of deals. It's first time. Hopefully it's okay. I do not edit. I do everything one take. So we will see how it goes. I will probably pause. You'll see, breaks in the video. That'll probably be me pausing it to set up the next test, and that'll be all. If you would like, you can fast forward through like the box cutting, stuff like that takes a while. I probably won't do a whole lot of commentary during and all that good stuff, but so I'm going to set up and get ready for the first test. So I'm going to go ahead and get the boxes right out of the way. And as usual, if my dogs bark, I apologize. If my chicken starts going crazy, I apologize as well. Yeah, so there you go. And if you're wondering what that truck is in the top right hand corner of this video, that is my 03 Cat Eye Chevy LS1 powered. It's a sleeper. Anyway, here we go. This pallet is oak pallet, so if I hit it, it's just part of it. This cardboard is roughly 13 inches wide. And I'm not trying to really stay in the same spot on the blade, like a 1-inch spot or anything. I'm basically just using the whole blade, and whatever happens, happens. This is just a test to try to simulate a week's worth of use, roughly. I know there's going to be somebody in the comments saying, this doesn't prove anything, your test is shit, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. If that's what you want to think, that's cool. This is America. You can say whatever you want, which also means I can say, go eat a rake, or fuck your mother, or something like that, because we're allowed to say whatever we want. In hindsight, I should have probably set up a little better, but I am notoriously not lazy, but lazy. So there's that. I'm sure everybody's fast forwarding through all this cutting, and I do not blame you. I'm not even going to count how many feet I've cut here. It doesn't really matter. But in a typical week, you use your knife a certain amount. Probably not even this much. I do. Because I do a lot of cutting in my workplace and stuff like that. But the vast majority of people you know, they'll open an Amazon package, maybe break down the box if they want to be one of the cool kids like me. But typically, most people don't use the knife a crap ton. So I tend to break down, you know, 3 or 4 boxes outside of work. 3 or 4 boxes a week, not a lot. I don't order a lot of shit from Amazon. I'm still, I guess you would say, old school. I go to brick and mortar Walmarts to get all my goods for the most part, even though I do pay for Amazon Prime. Also, I know this commentary during this cutting isn't fantastic, but I just feel weird sitting here silent. The less I talk, the more apt my chickens are to start going nuts. I can tell, I believe this is starting to get a little dull. This is the factory edge. It's a little windy out here today also, guys. I'm sorry if you can hear that in the video. I apologize. And again, this might not be a typical week's worth of use for most people, but what can you do? You know what I mean? You can only do so much with what you got here. Alright, I'm going to clear these boxes out of the way and then we're going to start something else. Alright, we'll go ahead and cut these zip ties. There is 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. It does cut them quite easily. But they're pretty strong zip ties. Nothing special, but they are strong. That's what's holding my whole truck together, is zip ties and duct tape. Because if you can't duck it, fuck it. So, here. We'll cut on this a little bit. This is poplar. It's not a particularly hard wood, but it is quite dense. I like the wood a lot. It tends to be pretty when finished really well. But this will help simulate, you know, some decent use. Alright, let's just go ahead and cut the, sorry if you can't see this, I apologize. We're going to cut this leather. This is some pretty thick leather. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick. Kangaroo leather, it's what I use to make my strops. So if you'd like to order a set of strops, you can hit me up in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright. And there he is, starting to run his mouth. Y'all hush now. Alright, there's the leather. Cut and done. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this band. It is quite thick. But it cut it pretty easy. And then last will be this paracord. Alright, so I'm going to cut this paracord. It's not going to be hard. Actually, it was kind of hard. So, running it across my fingernail, I feel a little bit of jaggedness, deformation, but not awful, honestly. Let me get this phone book paper. Nothing. So I cut, what do you think about, I'm sure somebody will count it. I might count it and see, but quite a few foot of cardboard, 8 zip ties, 1 band that is about 3 times the size of a normal zip tie. I cut into some poplar, which is not a hardwood, but it is very, very dense. It might be a hardwood, honestly. I should know that, being a carpenter, but I don't think it is. But it is quite dense. So, all in all, I think it's holding up pretty well. Should still shave. Yeah, it absolutely will shave. And it is the factory edge, so it was shaving sharp factory edge. I have not sharpened or stropped it. There's another YouTuber that did Rockwell test his Pulsar, and it was Rockwell at 61, and an Elmax that's pretty good. This is one of the first runs, 325 of 600, and so was his. So all in all, you know, that might not be a week's worth of EDC use for me or a lot of people. Actually, that's probably about a day's worth of use for me. But for the vast majority of human beings that work in an office or at an Amazon packaging facility or some other place, that was probably at least a few days worth of EDC use. So, there you go. Again, this video does not prove anything. It's not scientific in any way, but I just wanted to see how it would do. I will absolutely do follow-up videos. I will try to set up something better for cut testing and stuff like that to once I get better at it. And once I start editing, learning to edit, I will absolutely, the videos will get better. The testing videos will absolutely get better. See, it's just blowing through this. This is thin cardboard, but it is double walled. Now I got a big fucking mess I gotta clean up. Thanks, guys. Make sure you're good to each other, love each other. There's a link to Patreon in the description if you're interested in helping the channel. I do have a giveaway going on right now, and also a Patreon giveaway going on right now. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Make sure you check out DNKKnives.com, and if you order from there, use the coupon code Behind the Edge 10, one word, to get yourself 10% off of your order. And that's it. Make sure you're nice to each other, and just be a nice person in general, because nobody likes a cunt. Later.